Hi, a gunman opens fire on his Southern California Edison co-workers. Some people think that the DREAM Act is actually a nightmare and want it repealed. Plus, CCN weather, Techbyte, and sports on CCN, Crown City News, your neighborhood, seconds away.
Hi, I'm Jesse Avila at the Convalescent Aid Society, a nonprofit organization established in 1923. We provide the free loan of durable medical equipment, hospital beds, wheelchairs, walkers, canes, and many other items. Your donations and contributions are welcome and greatly appreciated. We are located at 3255 East Foothill Boulevard in Pasadena.
We're here to help you!
Please give us a call and check for availability at 626-793-1696.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching CCN, Crown City News, your neighborhood. I'm Curtis Peak, sitting in right now for Sunita Joshua Madison. Gunmen sent Southern California Edison employees and the Irwindale community reeling and wondering what could have caused someone to open fire at his co-workers this past Friday. Officials have identified the gunman as 48-year-old Andre Turner from Norco. Turner opened fire at the Edison facility at 4900 River Grade Road, killing himself and two other co-workers. CCN's TK Trinidad has the latest on this tragedy. She joins us now live in the studio.
Hello, how are you doing? Southern California Edison is calling the shooting this past Friday at the River Grove Road the most horrific event in its 125-year history. Some say financial problems and worry over his job may have taken SCE employee Andre Turner to the breaking point. Shots fired, 3 dead, 2 wounded. This was the scene at a Southern California Edison office building.
There was a shooting at our facility in Irwindale, California. We call it the Rivergate facility. It's primary information technology employees. There was 5 individuals who were shot. 3 were confirmed fatalities at this time, and the 2 others have been transferred to a local hospital.
Police evacuated SCE employees after they say 48-year-old Andre Turner of Narco, a longtime SCE employee, walked into his workplace at 4910 Rivergrade Road, which housed the IT staff, and shot 4 employees. 43-year-old Robert Scott Lindsay of Chino Hills and 56-year-old Henry Serrano of Walnut died of gunshot wounds. Both Lindsay and Serrano were IT managers in the same facility for more than 25 years. 2 others, 46-year-old Angela Alvarez of Glendale and 38-year-old Albe Pompeo of Montebello, were injured and are hospitalized. Turner also shot and killed himself. Edison officials say they have shut down the building but are allowing only certain authorized employees inside. They're also providing grief counseling for workers and have set up a $100,000 fund for victims and families. Police say they are still not sure of the motive for the shooting and that the investigation is ongoing. Officials say they will donate money and match any employee donations in a fund for the victims and their families. I just spoke with an SCE official who says Abe Pompeo was released from the hospital last night. Angela Alvarez remains in the hospital. Curtis, back to you.
Well, I'm happy to see that somebody did survive this and they're out of the hospital doing well.
Yes.
So thank you for your story. No problem. Southern California Edison employees held a vigil Sunday at the Rivergrade facility, where some said the whole community appreciates the support from the community during this difficult time. Okay, now we're going to move on to the DREAM Act. Governor Jerry Brown signed the California DREAM Act in October, but those who oppose of it are calling it a nightmare act. The 2-part law now allows illegal immigrants that come to this country before the age of 16 and meet a certain criteria access to apply to student financial and benefits. Local opposition forces led by the Pasadena Tea Party and San Bernardino Assemblyman Tim Donnelly say that the funding should go to American citizens instead of illegal immigrants, especially in these hard economic times. The group gathered at the former Cedars restaurant in Pasadena over the weekend to bring light to raise awareness about the law and gather signatures to repeal the bill next November. CCN's Luna Petty is here with us right now live in the studio. Luna, what do you have for us?
Well, Curtis, this bill has raised eyebrows with some Americans and students who feel college education funds should not go to those who came here illegally. Those against the DREAM Act say they need to gather 500,005 signatures to get the repeal measure on the November ballot. Just this past week, a group organized a petition drive in Pasadena. One of the most vocal legislative opponents of the DREAM Act, Assemblyman Tim Donnelly, formed the Stop AB 131 committee in his effort to have the legislation repealed. Donnelly says he has received calls and emails and has had people coming up to him from all parties thanking him for his actions to repeal the DREAM Act. But those in favor of the DREAM Act say their actions discriminate against the undocumented.
Make sure we have a balanced budget, to make sure that we have money in our budget.
Get out of here!
Loud hecklers and the sudden downpour of rain didn't discourage volunteers and politicians from gathering signatures in hopes of repealing the DREAM Act. They showed up here in the parking lot at the former Cedars restaurant in Pasadena, hoping to collect enough signatures to put the repeal on the November ballot. Assembly Bill 131, also known as the DREAM Act, gives illegal immigrants access to state financial aid at public universities and community colleges. Jonathan Perez, whose family moved here from Colombia before he was born, says the new law lets undocumented immigrants access funds they're entitled to.
It's money that we've already contributed to and money we've already earned by going to school. And so this just makes it so we can access it, how any other student should be able to access it.
Assemblymember Tim Donnelly began the effort to repeal the DREAM Act soon after Governor Jerry Brown signed the legislation this past October. He says the reduction in class availability is already hurting students here legally and the economy.
Because now you have these kids over here on the expense side of the column. Instead of transitioning into the workforce, they're being delayed their entry into the workforce by up to 2 years.
Donna Lowe, a candidate for the 41st District Assembly seat, also supports repealing AB 131. Lowe, whose stepdaughter is a UC student, says their effort to collect signatures has been largely grassroots, led by volunteers. Although the group doesn't know exactly how many signatures they currently have, she's hopeful they will succeed in gathering the 500,000 signatures needed by the first week of January. She says the state just doesn't have enough money to fund this new law.
Governor Brown just put another $1 billion cut on higher ed just this week. Yet he wants to fund education for illegals, people who have come here knowingly breaking the law.
Jonathan says anti-immigration conservatives have a hurtful message similar to the Nazis and the KKK. He says it all boils down to hate.
They use the same message. This is America. Deport all the illegals. And, that's a very hurtful word. We call it the I word now, because it's dehumanizing. We really want people to step out of the shadows and become more public, similar to how Harvey Milk was asking the gay community to come out.
Donnelly says the DREAM Act sends the wrong message that if you get here illegally, then California will give you a free tuition. A group in support of the DREAM Act, who call themselves the Dreamers, also organized a march this past weekend when they joined the Madison Community Posada, which began at Madison Elementary School. We really wanted to cover it, but unfortunately we were unable to make it. Jonathan Perez of the Immigrant Youth Coalition says the group will hold more actions in upcoming weeks, all in the effort to let the undocumented know that they have a network of people to call on if they need help. Curtis?
So what you're saying is they need those 5,000 signatures by January in order to get it on the November ballot.
That's correct.
All right, so we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, we have to wait and see.
Okay, thanks, Lone. Earlier this month, the Legislation Analysis Office, a nonprofit organization, released the estimate that the law will cost the state $65 million a year. This is a significant increase from the Senate's estimate of $23 million. The law requires that an undocumented student must attend high school in California for 3 or more years, graduate from a California high school, or attain the equivalent to the eligible to obtain the equivalent or a GED, eligible to apply for or receive any student financial and program administered by the state of California as permitted by federal law. Okay. Serial robbers hit residents in Pasadena and southern Pasadena. CCN Snapshots coming up when we do return. You're watching CCN Crown City News, your neighborhood. Don't go away.
It's
If your child is getting behind in school and needs help organizing, reading, writing, or studying, Klein's classes can help. Audrey Klein has been teaching for more than 20 years. Her book, Skills for Student Success, can teach your child essential learning tools. Klein's classes are affordable and conveniently available online. You can view the lessons and educational films anytime.
I've seen children jump 2 reading levels in 1 year. I've proven it over and over again.
Don't let another semester pass without getting your child some help. Visit kleinsclasses.com and get started today. Unleash your inner shark. Sharky Zartman's book, Shark Sense, reveals the 14 life-changing steps you can take today to start reaching your goals. Through her witty yet no-nonsense approach, Sharky Zartman unlocks the lessons we can all learn from sharks.
I use the shark as a symbol for your inner source of strength and power, the part of you that doesn't know the meaning of the word can't.
Stop settling for less and start living with confidence and purpose. Order Shark Sense today at sharksense.org and get in touch with your inner shark.
Hi, everyone. Let's take a look at our snapshots. Here's a snapshot of this other stories this past week right here in the San Gabriel Valley. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is looking for a man in the murder of a husband and father of 3 on Monday, December the 12th. Jose Parara and his family arrived at his Arcadia home around 11 o'clock at the 1100 block of Christie Court when an armed gunman waiting for them demanded money from Parara and his family. They handed the gunman their rent money and the garage, but the gunman still demanded more. He led the victims into the house where the gunman asked the mother and their 3 children to stay in the bedroom. The gunman shot the father of 3 several times, killing him. The suspects are described as Hispanic men between the ages of 30 to 35. If you have any information, please contact the LA County Sheriff's Homicide Department at 323-890-5500. 323-890-5500. For more on this story, you can visit crowncitynews.com and you can check it out. And if you have any information, please let us know. 6 people have been arrested by the Pasadena Police Department in a parolee compliance check this past Wednesday. More than 100 officers from local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies went to pre-identified locations. Police enforcement targeted 27 locations as part of the Operation Silent Night, where officers conducted a probation and parolee sweep as a part of their compliance. In Pasadena, police say they recovered 2 guns from parolees. Pasadena and South Pasadena officials are looking for robbers who may be connected to 3 robberies that happened earlier this month. The first robbery happened at about 11:15 p.m. on Thursday, December the 8th in the 1100 block of Mound Avenue in South Pasadena. 2 men left a parked 2-door burgundy or dark red vehicle and asked the victim to get on the floor. The victim did and gave him his wallet. The suspects then left South Pasadena. Officials say that the same robbers is associated with the armed robbery at 12:40 a.m. December the 9th at DeLacy Avenue and Dayton Street in Pasadena. In that, the suspects stole a man's wallet and a woman's purse, and they walked down the street. Another at a Vons at 155 California Boulevard may have also been associated with the same robbers. 3 suspects robbed a cashier in this incident. Police say the suspects associated with this street robberies, black males in their early 20s. If anyone has any information, ask to call the South Pasadena Police Department. Okay, business administrators have issued a disaster declaration that opens low-interest federal disaster loans to California residents and business owners affected by the Los Angeles County high winds from November the 30th to December the 4th. This comes after the Santa Ana winds and following a December 13 request from Governor Jerry Brown's office. Any families or businesses affected by the Santa Ana windstorm need a low-interest loan can visit the center Tuesday, December the 20th through Friday, December 23rd at the Los Angeles County Disaster Loan Outreach Center on South Los Robles Avenue from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. No appointment is necessary. Well, today I feel like a proud father. My intern, Naomi Trone, she is stepping in while I step in at the anchor desk, and she's going to do the weather for us. Naomi, what do you have for us? Is there any rain in the forecast right now?
Yes, we are probably might be a chance of rain. Okay. All right, hello everybody. Let's get you going outside right now.
53 degrees right now. Our wind south-southwest at 6 miles per hour. As you can see, our sunrise today being at 6:53, along with our sunset at 4:46. Let's take a look at our lows. 40s across the board, 44 in Glendale, along with 44 in Rosemead and Alhambra. 42 being our coldest spot at Arcadia, along with 46 in Monrovia and Pasadena. Let's take a look at our highs. 60s across, high 60s across the board, actually. 66 degrees at Glendale, along with Alhambra 66, Rosemead at 66, and Arcadia at 66. Okay, let's take a look at our satellite. As you can see, a low pressure system moving east, which might bring a 20% chance of rain. Also, an insider slide sitting off the shore of Utah, which is going to bring mild Santa Ana winds by Thursday. Okay, let's take a look at our headlines. As you can see, our high today at 58 degrees, 9 degrees below our normal at 67, along with our low today, 46, 5 degrees higher than our normal low, 41. As you can see, our headline stay chance of drizzle tonight because of the, like I said, low pressure system bringing chance of showers. Also, winds returning on Thursday. That inside slider sitting off of Utah, which is bringing mild Santa Ana winds. And as you can see, we are going to have a beautiful holiday weekend. Temperatures are going to be bumping up a little, bringing us to the 70s. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. As you can see, Tuesday, 66 degrees. There goes that chance of showers. And Wednesday, 62, Thursday, 63, Friday, 64. Our weekends, temperatures bumping up to 72. As you see, Christmas Day, 72, and Monday, 72. Let's look at our lows. Tuesday and Wednesday at 45 degrees, lowering down to 44, 43, but coming back up towards Sunday and Monday at 46 and 47. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. Back to you, Curtis.
Naomi, thank you very much. You did a great job. Thank you. All right. She was the face of CCN for many years, and last week when I was away, I was here last week, she brought you all kinds of compelling stories through the years. But hear about the stories that bring tears to her eyes when we sit down with CCN General Manager Tammy Devine. You won't want to miss this next on CCN Crown City News, your neighborhood. We'll be right back.
The CCN Energy Saver is brought to you by Southern California Edison.
Hi, I'm Luna Petty with your CCN Energy Saver. I'm here with Southern California Edison's Dave Ford. Dave, what can you tell your customers about holiday lights this season?
You know, it's a real pleasure to see you again. I'm glad to share some information for our customers. Well, let me share this first. When purchasing lamps, we want to make sure decorative lamps that they purchase LED Energy Star rated lamps. These lamps reduce the amount of energy and consumption that a customer will use, and they also are safe to operate and they don't put out as much heat.
Okay, what tips do you have for your customers who are interested in hanging lights?
Well, we certainly don't want our customers to be hanging lamps outside, around their house or near trees that power lines may exist in. We recommend that you at least be beyond 10 feet of a power line when you're making these types of installations around your house during the holiday season.
Thank you, Dave. This has been Luna Petty with your CCN Energy Saver.
The CCN Energy Saver is brought to you by Southern California Edison.
Okay, you've seen her sitting right here in this chair where I'm sitting today, and she's always working hard behind the scenes, keeping CCN on the go with information and writing scripts, and, just being a friendly person around here. We do have CCN anchor right here, Sunita Joshua Madison. She's going to talk to us a little bit about CCN and how CCN got started and how long we've been around.
Well, Curtis, this is fun being on this side of it. We're all turning around and doing different things, and that's the great thing about CCN because it's a real training ground. I came to CCN. I had always worked behind the scenes. I love producing. That's what I love doing, and that's what I came to CCN to do. But then an opportunity came up for me to anchor, and you know, I reluctantly jumped at it because I'd never wanted to be in front of the camera at all. But it's just experience that you can get, and that's what CCN does. It gives people opportunities to do things that they've never tried before. So,
how did you meet Tammy and Chevelle, and how did you get involved with it? I mean, they found you, or you found them? You were looking for something, or tell us, how did you find this?
Absolutely. I'd worked in television. I'd done more daytime talk shows, and I got my start at the Judge Judy show. Really loved that, but I was really looking for news. I had interned at KPCC, the local NPR affiliate. But, you know, I wanted to combine news, I wanted television, and I just happened to see it. I think it was in the Pasadena Focus. I was a new resident to Pasadena at the time, and, you know, I contacted Tammy. I just thought, hey, I'll check out what this is all about. Didn't know this was such a great resource in the community. And I met her, I met Chevelle, met Bo, you know, their little son, and we've just become, I think all of us have just become a great family.
Right. Well, for me, I'm just happy to be here also because I found Tammy online, and I called her, and we met, and I just thought, wow, this is a great opportunity for me because I wanted to hone my skills as a meteorologist, and then we just saw my intern Naomi go on, which is, you know, a great training ground.
Absolutely.
So if anyone is interested in doing, you know, news, weather, or being part of the Crown City News family, how do they do that?
Well, you know, there's so many different ways. We have our Crown City News website, which was designed by our 15-year-old, tech guru, and our technical director, Grant Derderian. So they can go to crowncitynews.com. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, and, you can contact Tammy at crowncitynews.com. So that's just an easy way. And, you know, there's been so many success stories from CCN. There's Darsha Phillips at ABC7, you know, started out local here and then going to a pretty major market here in Los Angeles. There's Brian Loftus, who is in Fresno. There have been a host of other people. I've worked for Reuters. I got an opportunity to work at Reuters through this, and just have been able to do a lot of freelance work because of the experience I've gained at CCN, you know, doing editing and things like that I'd never really done. So it's just a great opportunity, and people should check it out and support this because, you know, it's amazing that we go on every day. You know,
I agree,
we saw it today. We have so many people, so few people trying to get this show on the air, and it's tough. So we're looking for more people to come on board, help us out, and support it. You know, people really need to realize if they use news as a resource, if that's how they find out about their community and stay connected, then they need to support that. And CCN needs the support from the community.
Well, like you said, we are a family here, and I thank you for joining us and telling everyone about CCN, and I want to thank Naomi also for being here. Like I said, it's a great training ground for everyone right here. Okay, next we have Miss Romero. She's going to come in and she's going to talk to us about the game of the week, so don't go away. And Grant Derderian, he's going to come in and talk to us about the Techbyte. He's going to tell us what's going on with the Android cell phone. This is Crown City News, your neighborhood. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Lori Webster. I'm the owner of Webster's Fine Stationers.
Hi, I'm Scott Webster.
You need to come and check us out because we've got great gifts for everybody in the family.
We have Fine Stationers by Cranes and Company.
We have some beautiful greeting cards, things that are unique.
A myriad of other things, so please come by.
And our phone number is area code 626-797-1135, and we're located at 2450 North Lake Avenue, Suite B in Altadena. Our motto is, let's do something good today.
Do you have unpaid traffic tickets? Has your license been suspended for months or even years? One visit to Ticket Relief can reinstate your license, often in less than 30 minutes. We'll also roll back the penalties and late fees on your traffic tickets and get you more time to pay the original fee. It's no wonder newspapers are calling Ticket Relief a sigh of relief for motorists. Get your license back today. Call us at 213-272-2826 or visit us online at californiaticketrelief.org.
All right, everyone, we're back, and Grant's here to tell us what's going on in the tech world. Grant, what do you have for us?
Hi, Curtis. Yeah, lots of some interesting news with Android this week, especially. But we'll actually begin with news from Congress in Washington, D.C., and that's some news on the recent SOPA Act, or the Stop Online Piracy Act, that's currently going through the ranks in Washington, D.C. right now. And we'll be talking about SOPA, and it looks like SOPA right now is going through Washington, D.C., and it is going through the ranks in Washington. And it's the bill which allows government to enact more stringent punishments on website owners who distribute content, and distribute illegal content. It also makes streaming online content a felony if it's illegal content, and it requires internet search engines and internet service providers to block those sites if they find them, or else they could get in trouble as well. This past week, House Minority Speaker Nancy Pelosi also denounced the bill, saying that a better solution needs to be found to prevent piracy online. Representative Darrell Issa from Southern California also denounced the bill as well. However, this past week, a group of tech giants in Silicon Valley, including Facebook, Twitter, Zynga, Google, and more, ran a full-page ad in the New York Times saying that while they support the bill's goals, it would expose giants to uncertain liabilities. The debate is also sparking outrage online, with many websites, including Tumblr, censoring content just to gain attention for the bill's goals. However, the bill hasn't passed yet, and will continue to keep you updated on this digital debate in the weeks to come. And finally this week, new alarming data is out which shows that almost all mobile malware in the third quarter of 2011 was targeted at Android smartphones. McAfee says that hackers are taking advantage of the Android platform's success and the fact that Google does not have the same app review process that Apple has for its iOS developers. However, Google says they do have the ability to remove malware-infested apps from users' devices remotely if they become infected. But still, however, Curtis, these alarming new statistics certainly mean that users need to be really careful about what they download on their phones across all platforms.
Wow. Okay. Well, I know I am. You have to be careful what you're doing because people are out there hacking into your account and they want to know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Okay, it's time for CCN Sports with Jaira Romero, and she's here to tell us what's going on in sports. What's going on?
It's time for women's basketball, Curtis.
All right, I'm ready.
It was an exciting Friday night at the Hutto Patterson Gym as the PCC women's basketball team hosted the El Camino Warriors. It was neck and neck in the first half as the PCC Lancers and Warriors hustled for rebounds and exchanged pointers from one basket to another. Lancers attacked and Warriors shuffled the ball. The match was tied throughout the entire first half and could have been anyone's game. The second half carried more pressure for the Warriors as the Lady Lancers created a 14-point lead. El Camino quickly regained their strength for a tie score of 57-57 with less than a minute left in the game. El Camino's Warrior, Amanda Young, almost sealed the win with a layup. The score remained stagnant and the buzzer called it quits, and it is just called for overtime. The stakes grew higher as both teams received a second chance to prove themselves in OT. It was a frustrating 5 minutes for the Warriors as the Lancers made countless trips to the free throw line and ultimately produced a victory for the Warriors. Willis completed 18 points, Dreer placed 17 points and snagged 11 rebounds. Taylor Cotton added 9 points and 13 rebounds. For the Lancers, star player Marquetta Stokes placed 19 points, 9 rebounds, 7 steals, and 4 assists. Tanisha Lacey scored 6 points and 18 rebounds. Destiny Sellers added 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 steals. Visit CrownCityNews.com to hear what Lady Lancer Vera Machado, who contributed 13 points to the final W, had to say about her team's performance. Final score, PCC Lancers 68 and El Camino Warriors 64 in overtime. Curtis, back to you.
That was an exciting game. It looks that way. All right, I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. I want to thank Hara for the sports and Grant for your Techbyte. And once again, this is CCN Crown City News. We want to thank all of our sponsors, including Southern California Edison, Wink Marketing, and the Pasadena Enterprise Center office building with available spaces. Thank also to the CCN crew. They make this show possible. We want to thank you for watching CCN Crown City News. The weeks of December 26th and the 3rd, catch the CCN Rose Parade special with CCN's Natalie Tavidian. Have a very Merry Christmas, everyone, and Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year. Join us each week as we cover the news in the Pasadena and the San Gabriel Valley. I'm Curtis Peak. Good night.
Do you have a great business idea? The Pasadena Enterprise Zone can help. The Pasadena Enterprise Zone, open for business.